So I'm always watching these videos on Facebook or TikTok of people owning a car wash and saying, oh, look, it's so great. And there's videos of them dumping 5-gallon buckets of quarters into the bank and showing you the thousands of dollars that they've made just owning a car wash. It's passive, easy income, right? There's a few things they don't tell you about owning a car wash. And as a car wash owner, let's go through a couple of those things. So first thing we'll talk about is the price of soap. So I get these in, 30-gallon containers. These soap containers last me about a week or so, and just one of these is about $300. So people come to the car wash to clean their car, so they typically expect the place to be, I don't know, a pretty clean environment. That's physically impossible when you have people like this rinsing their UTVs out after they just had a fun weekend of mudding with their friends. So I have to go and rinse that floor down about 3 or 4 times a day, or else people start calling me and they get super pissed. Here's a perfect example of trying to clean your car wash bay. Somebody just pulled in with a muddy ass 4-wheeler and now they're gonna clean it. I better shut this off before they get pissed. Remember about 5 seconds ago I was complaining about the dude with the 4-wheeler rinsing off all the mud in the hand wash bay? Somebody else just lined up behind him with another muddy ass piece of equipment that he's also going to rinse off in the hand bay. So that's fun. Next thing is talking about how to run a car wash in the winter time. This right here is my oil tank. This holds about 250 gallons of heating oil. It cost me about $800 to fill this now. And we have to have that so the floors don't freeze in our car wash. And we have to get that filled about once a month. So that's about $800 a month just in fuel oil during the winter time. Another part about owning a car wash in the wintertime is you have to make sure your water and your pipes don't freeze. And we do that with a washer fluid solution, which gets injected into all of our plumbing at the end of every wash to prevent freezing of the pipes. I buy this in 55-gallon drums. The giant drum's about $300, and that'll last me about a month. You have to be a mad scientist in all things plumbing. This system right here is just for the high foam spray wax that you get for the automatic car wash. That's only about 1 out of 8 steps. So there's 7 other machines that look very similar to this, and it's extremely intricate. And if you don't know anything about plumbing, you're gonna have to call a repairman every time something breaks, and that's gonna get super costly. Here's the floor to my messy utility room. Because we had to clean up because we just had a massive plumbing leak. And unless you plan on sitting at your car wash 24/7, things are going to happen and things are going to go unnoticed till you come back from the weekend and you'll find out that, I don't know, maybe that mess of plumbing there leaked and flooded not only your utility room, but also your nice office. Also, these 2 giant tanks behind me are completely filled with salt and treatment solution for the spot-free rinse so you don't get those water spots on your car. Those have to be serviced and refilled almost weekly. I probably go through about 2 tons of salt every year. And at about $6 a bag, 50-pound bag, that gets super costly. So not only do you have to be a plumbing professional, you also need to be an electrical professional. This complicated mess is only the controller for the one automatic car wash bay. All of this, every wire has a home, and one small wire out of place here can shut the entire thing down. These control a giant 25 horsepower engine, and this electric motor needs to be rebuilt every couple of years, and an average rebuild costs about $3,000. This is a traditional setup for the self-serve hand wash, and if you're not versed in electrical components, not sure I'd want to get into this either. Otherwise, you're going to be paying an electrician a lot of money to repair something every time it breaks. And it's a nice courtesy to have vacuum cleaners for your customers too. This person didn't properly wrap the hose up, and the next person came and ran over the nozzle. So now this won't work and I'll have to replace it. But because of the supply shortage, I can't get one for a month. So now I have upset customers. Oh, and also it's cool. You have trash cans here so people can clean out their car. It's nice when they stop by and clean their entire car out with all their household garbage and never use the vacuum cleaner and just leave. Or how about this vacuum cleaner that says deposit quarters slowly? And I got a call the other day because the nickel wouldn't work in the machine. And you have to make sure you have good surveillance, because you never know what's out there. You never know what you have to deal with when you're dealing with the public. So we've had our machines broken into several times, and having the surveillance and having a subscription so you can get that surveillance to your phone is also something that costs money that most people don't know about. Something else people don't think about: credit card processing fees. You can't get away without having a credit card reader in a car wash. They charge me between 3 and 5% on every transaction that I do. And let's talk about the electrical for a second. This is about the size of a panel that you would have in your house. It's 100 amps, and it runs things like lights. This is what controls the lights in my office. The type of panel and power needed to control a car wash is that size. That's 3-phase electrical. And typically a household electric bill is anywhere between $50 and $150. For me, it can go up to $400 in 1 month, sometimes more depending on what the usage is. All of the wastewater used in a car wash are dumped in little drains like this in the floor. And that has to get treated by a water treatment plant because of some of the soaps and chemicals and the dirt on your car. And although I have wells on site and I don't get a water bill, I actually also get a sewage bill. And that's usually about $1,600 a quarter. And so over the span of a year, actually last year, I think just my sewage bill was $6,000 for the year. Oh yeah, can't forget about insurance. So let's say somebody's washing the car out there and they slip and fall and decide that it's your fault that they slipped and fell while they were cleaning their muddy vehicle. Or maybe they were using tire shine and they slipped on their own tire shine. Insurance, super expensive, have to have it because you don't want to get your ass sued when somebody decides that it's your fault for them being an idiot. So numbers, is it worth it? Is it worth owning a car wash? It certainly covers all my expenses, so I'm not losing money, but I'm most certainly not getting rich. In those videos of people depositing 5-gallon buckets full of quarters, that's cool. I get lots of quarters, but it's not all pure profit. I would say my car wash, having 2 bays, I have an automatic and a self-serve, I would say I do about profit, full disclosure, I probably do maybe $1,000 a month profit in each side. And it depends on what the roads are like. In the wintertime, it's actually a little bit better because people don't feel like washing their car on their own, and the roads are super slopped up here in Pennsylvania. Summertime, a lot of people are washing their own cars, and the roads are pretty nice. So actually, there's been weeks in the summertime, if we've had really good weather, where I only make maybe $150. Sometimes you lose money in the summertime. So you have to make sure you're good at money management for those times when it is good and when it's not good. But also, being a car guy, it's a cool perk to have access to a car wash whenever you need it. My mom, my grandma, my dad, my brother, they all have car wash codes, so they can go through anytime they want, so that's certainly convenient. I also own a used car dealership, so I have kind of this little mini detail department set up, so that certainly helps. But it definitely is a hassle getting those phone calls at midnight from somebody who drove over the sensor in the automatic car wash and now it's stopped, or tried to put a nickel in the quarter machine, and so now you got to roll your ass out of bed and go help them, and then wake your baby up, and then your wife's pissed and you come back, can't go back to bed. So that kind of stuff is not great, but overall, I don't think I regret it, but it's not for the faint of heart. Thanks for watching.